Google search is declining and LLM search is on the rise. And if you are into any business, it's important to be referenced in the LLM searches more than it's important to be referenced in Google search. And that is possible if you know how to create SEO content using pSEO. In this video, I'm going to explain how you can create thousands of relevant pages inside your website and increase the chances of being in those deep search LLM queries that are going to be the future. And I'm going to use a platform called OttoKit for it because it's having the best integrations with WordPress websites. So let's get started. If you're watching this video, there is high chance that you understand already what SEO is. But for people who are new, I'll still explain quickly before diving into the more technical details. So before the rise of LLMs, the only way anybody could access any information on the internet was to search on Google. Now, the fight has always been to be in the top 3 of Google's organic search list. And the process to do that is called SEO, which is called Search Engine Optimization. Now, that process alone has been a billion-dollar industry all around the world because Google never published what factors it considered as signals when judging so many websites on the same topic and choosing which one to rank up and which one to rank down. Now, obviously, the ones who ranked above always had a huge advantage. But with the rise of ChatGPT and LLMs, that's no longer the case. Because right now in 2025, if not all, most of the searches are going towards LLMs and people are searching and trusting LLMs more than Google. And it's evident that moving forward, that is going to be a source of information for everybody. Now, if you are a business, it's obvious that you have to rank yourself somewhere in the top results of LLMs because that's where the future is going towards. And for that, a special kind of SEO would be needed, which is what this video is going to be about. Now, when we talk about SEO, the most crucial part about this whole process is the content creation. Without content, there is no SEO. No matter how beautiful your site is, how fast it loads, if it doesn't have content what people want, it won't rank regardless of how much effort you do. So the biggest pillar of any SEO strategy is always the content. Now, the truth about content is SEO content creation is hard, very hard, because there are so many things that you can write about which probably already have been written. So it's very hard to create something new and unique. And even if you do that, it's equally hard to get ranked for that unique content. And this whole cycle is what makes the SEO content creation very, very hard. So traditionally, SEO content creation has been a full-time job of a lot of people. And in that sense, there was a time where the traditional SEO ruled every single platform out there. And when I talk about traditional SEO, it simply meant that you had to write several posts in this format. So I'm simplifying it probably too much, but this is the gist of how the content of any SEO focused article was written. So you had to write, this is a post about something. And you can take this template and apply it to every single article that is written in history. And this is what the template would look like. Now, there can be multiple iterations, complexity, types of articles, but the basic code remains the same. Now, this is a slow and tedious process, and we don't like that. Because we, or at least I, am a lazy person. I like automations, I like AI, and I would not want to take this process for any business, for any client or any consultant that is watching this video. So we will be going in a different route, which kind of could look like this, but that route is called the pSEO. The P in the SEO stands for programmatic. So we don't do the manual work, we write code or we write a logic and then we deploy AI agents or automations to do all that work for us. So while the traditional SEO looks like this, our SEO would look something like this. So people who are into AI and automation immediately would notice that we have put this thing in something called as dynamic variable. And this is what changes the whole game. So once we have this, we can write a code or an automation that can replicate this to many different posts altogether. And everything would be completely unique and different, which is what we want. Now, the point is, why even care? Like, why are we doing any of this? Why do we care about creating all these automations just for pSEO? Let me tell you why. So this is Perplexity, and you can take any LLM right now and you can ask it anything and watch what happens. Let's say I ask it, the first thing it does is references all these sources that are there as the first thing. And the answer to our why is to be in this list. No matter what your business is, if somebody puts a query that's in your domain, your business should be here. And this is why we are doing all of this work. Now, if this is clear, let me give you an example of what it looks like for other companies who already have done pSEO, and you will get a better idea why we want to do this in this video. So this is a case study of Canva, because Canva is a hugely successful company, and most of the credit of that success can be given to the pSEO strategy that they have implemented. The formula that they had implemented in their whole strategy was document, file, or creative problem templates, because Canva sells templates. The basic USP of Canva is they have templates of every single thing. People can come and buy a subscription, and then they can use those templates to make their own image, video, thumbnail, whatever. So they have implemented the strategy to create all these different content programmatically, so that they have thousands of pages indexed inside Google search, and in turn are now referenced by LLMs. So you can see they're getting millions of traffic just by these pages, and the value is there, and the keywords are also there, and they're ranking in top positions, in fact top 3 for every single thing that we see on this screen, which is great. you know Second example could be Airtable and Notion. So both of these are also in the business of selling templates, and they have put a formula like task or job templates. So you can see best school templates, aesthetic nature template, all of these templates are a result of this formula. So you can put anything inside this and suffix the word templates, and you should have an article inside their website, and that's how they will rank for most of those queries. And that's how big businesses are built on top of SEO. You can be the most unique person in the world, but if you can write only 1 or 2 articles a day, that's not going to be enough to build a large business. Now, to achieve this, we only need these two things. One is a WordPress website, and second is an automation tool in where we can put all the logic, which I'm going to tell you right now, and just figure out what we want to write about, and then let the AI do all the heavy lifting. Now, you would probably know about how to set up a WordPress website, but the automation platform that I would use in this scenario would be OttoKit. So OttoKit is a platform that is deeply integrated with WordPress. And while we can use Make and Zapier as well, but AutoKit's integration with WordPress platform makes it the best tool for these kind of scenarios. And they also have a very attractive pricing model. So if I see here, I think these are the only ones that give you a lifetime subscription for automations, which is a great option if you want to have long-term vision of what you want to do. And even their annual pricing are pretty competitive with Make and Zapier. So while they have pretty much same pricing, they are also having deep integrations with WordPress. So that gives them an edge for these automations. So let's go to my AutoKit dashboard. So this is what my dashboard looks like, and I can have all these automations. Like it's exactly like Make or Zapier or any no-code automation platform. So this is the pSEO workflow that I'll use for this particular automation. So let me just explain quickly what it does. So first trigger is a Google Sheet trigger in which I will watch my Google Sheet for a new or updated spreadsheet row. And for a sample Google Sheet, this is a simple sample Google Sheet I have created for you, in which I have just put post title, and I can have multiple titles, which is the only thing I have to think and write here, and rest everything will be taken care by my automation. So going back, the only thing I'll need to do is have a webhook URL inside this Google Sheet. Now, how to do that? First of all, we go to extensions and click on add-ons and click on get add-ons. And here we'll search for Show Triggers Webhook. By the way, Show Triggers is the former name of AutoKit, and they're going to rebrand this thing as well. But till then, you can search for Show Triggers Webhook, click it, and just connect it. Because I already have it, it shows uninstall, but in your case, it will show install. Once you do that, what you have to do is click on Show Triggers Webhook and click on Start Setup. Now here is the webhook URL. The URL that you will give here would be this one. So I'll go here and I'll paste this one. Now, second is trigger column. This means that which column should the webhook monitor, or this particular automation will monitor, that when changed will send a trigger to the automation to process that information. So since we have only one column, it's easy. But if we have had multiple columns, we would have selected the last column in that sequence, because if we have new data in a row, the last column would be the trigger that, okay, every column is filled and the trigger should process this whole data of this particular row. I think that's clear. So when this is done, let's go back to our trigger, click continue, and let's test for a new data, and let's send a test from here. And when we go back, the test is done. So this particular node is completed, right? So we can click submit and I'll exit this. Now this sheet is done. This is absolutely what you need to do as far as this Google Sheet is concerned. Now we go back to automation. Now once we have the post title, we have to add an OpenAI node, and which you can add simply by, let me demonstrate that as well. We'll go to OpenAI. And since I have already added a connection, you can also like add one, of course, and you can select chat completion. Okay. And here, I'll just edit this one then. So you can create chat completion and connection would be OpenAI. You can add a new connection and you can give it a name and you can give it an API key. Let me quickly show you how to get an API key as well. So we simply Google this. We go to OpenAI platform and we go to our API keys, right? Like this. And we create a new key, name it, and paste our key inside this, and it will instantly connect to our OpenAI, right? So continue this. And now first thing would be to select a model, which you can select anything, but I have selected GPT 4.1 mini because that is a trade-off between not being very expensive, but also being equally intelligent and resourceful for what we want to achieve. Right now, this is the prompt that I have given. You can just pause the video and take a screenshot of what I have given. So I have given, you are an expert article writer. You write the best SEO focused articles which are well researched and provide great value to the reader. You mix content with paragraphs and bullet points and make the layout interesting and engaging to read. Write as a human would write. Do not set a template. Change your style every time. Right. So this is good. Now, this is the AI role. Now, what is the message that we pass to the AI? So the message is write an article about, and we take the variable from this node that's above. And for that, in AutoKit, just press @ and it will open up this option in which you can choose what variable to take from the previous node. Since we have only one variable, it's showing only one. Otherwise, you would have had a list, right? So you can add it like this. So my prompt is write an article about this particular post. Do not give any explanation. Just write the article. Make sure it's formatted as per HTML tags. Do not use any other symbols other than what's required in HTML language like H1, etc. And I have just given maximum tokens like 999. Doesn't matter. So, and here we'll just save it and confirm it. Now the next step would be to have a WordPress connection. Now this is where the power of AutoKit comes, because in your WordPress website, which is this is a sample website I have made for you just for this. You can add a plugin of AutoKit like here, and I will show you how to add it as well. So I'll go to add plugin and I will search for AutoKit and I'll just activate this, and it will simply connect your AutoKit platform to your WordPress website without any manual code changes or API keys or any of that. So this is the easiest way you can set up and connect any platform which is no code to your WordPress, and this unlocks a lot of possibilities inside your WordPress website. right? So once you install that, you can see the AutoKit plugin here, and everything that you would see in my dashboard, otherwise workflows, dashboard, everything would be available as is inside your WordPress website. So you can run workflows from inside or from the AutoKit's dashboard itself. It doesn't matter because now both are connected, right? So this is the WordPress node, which you can create like that. So you can search for WordPress. And once you have the connection, it will automatically connect with your AutoKit account. So here I choose WordPress, and here I will choose create and update posts. And you can see there are a lot of automations that you can do, which I can also cover in future videos. But for now, I'll only choose create or update post. And here I can choose a WordPress connection, which is for this website in which I have added my AutoKit. We click continue, and now comes the interesting part. This is the part where the pSEO power really comes in. So let's go one by one. So I would put this post URL blank because I have to create a new post and not update the existing one. So now post type has to be posts, not pages, right? So I select post. The status I would suggest you is to have it draft and don't publish right away, because sometimes AI can hallucinate. So I would at least keep all of them in my drafts and then manually review it at least once and then hit publish. So this is something we don't want. Author is something, if you have your own author name, select that. I'm just picking a demo one, and the post title has to come from my Google Sheet. So here I'll put again @ and I'll select post title right here. Post slug, featured meta, everything, all these would be default, which I won't change. Now the post content will come from this node, which is OpenAI, right? So I'd click @. Now here I will have two options, either Google Sheet or from uh, OpenAI chat completion. So here I have to choose content, which is the export or the output from the OpenAI node, right? Everything else is great. Now we click continue and we click save, confirm, and we click update in the same version. Very good point about AutoKit is they also have version control inside your automations. So if you screw up sometimes, you can have a new version or roll back to a previous one, which is huge. Like it's literally life-saving sometimes. Okay, so now this whole setup is done. Our Google Sheet is also done. So it's time to send the data from our Google Sheet to the automation and see if everything is working or not. So let's keep things side by side. So I will put on posts right here. You see there is no posts available right now. I will go back to my AutoKit and I'll go to history. And here it will show when a new automation is being run. Now I will put it side by side to my posts like that. And I will send the data from my Google Sheet. So I'll go to extensions, show triggers, send data, all data from this sheet. Let's do this and let's check what's happening in real time. So this should light up, yes. And this is in progress. And once this is done, it should show up as a new post. So let me wait for the completion. So it's still in progress. Okay, I think it's completed. Now, if I hit refresh inside this, there should be a post, and we have a post. Now, if I view this, this is the post that we have. Let me just take it down. This is the post that is completely automated, and AI has written this detailed article for us. Isn't that amazing? Isn't this amazing? This is crazy. We have done everything in this article by automation, and all we have to do is just add what we have to write about inside this particular Google Sheet, and everything will be done automatically. Let me show that to you as well. So we go back to our website. So I'll put one more idea for posts like these. For example, let's say best OpenAI model for deep research. So this is saved now, and once it is saved, it should send a webhook response to AutoKit, and this should work, which is what it's doing. It's in progress. And once this is done, we should have a post that is written successfully in a well-formatted way and in the exact tone what we want. This is done. Now let's go back to our dashboard. We hit refresh and there we have our post. Isn't this amazing? Isn't this like, even though I'm teaching this, I'm literally super happy that this can happen and you can do all of this with just no code platforms like AutoKit and just combining simple knowledge with AI, which was like impossible to do few years back. So this is the power of AI that I want to unlock using this channel, and all you need is some creativity to what you want to write, and AI will help you to achieve your goals in the fastest way possible using automations. And since I'm lazy, I'll get one step ahead. I will not even think about ideas. I will just ask ChatGPT. Let's say I copy this and I'll go to ChatGPT and I'll ask, write 5 more post ideas on these topics. Okay. Okay. Now, these are good kind of topics that I would have not thought. So I would copy this one, right? I would paste it right here. And once it is saved, it will go automatically. Maybe I'll put one more, uh, let's say this one. I'll copy, paste. So you can have multiple. You're not limited to only one at a time. So if I go to my AutoKit, it should be processing 2 at once because I have put these 2 here. And once we go to our dashboard, we should have a well-published or well-researched article about that particular topic. This is amazing. This is seriously crazy. Go back and we'll have another article like that. So yeah, so all of that was possible, this simple automation on AutoKit. Now you can go one step forward and you can have an AI agent with AutoKit, and let's say I put anything right now just for demo, and you can have this and you can connect this AI agent to any of your social media apps. Like I connect to, let's say, Twitter, you know, so I connect right here and I put a message like uh, whatever has been created from this WordPress, post this, create a new tweet and post that with the link. And I can add my LinkedIn, I can add my Facebook. So I can create a whole automations of creating, posting on the blog, as well as sharing on the social media, all within one single automation. And you can go like 5 steps further. You can create so many complex automations. But my point was to introduce you to something that is possible and that can have rippling effect on any of the businesses that you own or you consult. So I hope this was useful. Take it for a spin. And there are so many things I have discovered in this platform, which I'm going to share very soon on the channel. So make sure you're subscribed. See you in the next one.